Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I just wanted to make a video because I've been seeing on forums or people chatting talking about how consoles kind of are lacking in terms of the cross hotbar compared to PC. That, on PC you can have multiple hotbar lines and you can swap them out and everything. And a lot of people saying, oh, that doesn't really work on console. Well, I just wanted to show a workaround that kind of does work. I've been using it for years. It may sound a little complicated, so I'll show you how it works and then kind of dive into the nitty gritty. But just so you're aware, typically the cross hotbar has what we've got 16 going across, and you've got 8 different sets. So if you were to math that out, that's 128 slots. I'm going to show you a way to almost double that, get to up to 240. So that's an extra 112 slots. So let's go take a look and get started. All right, first things first, let's get this expanded cross hotbar out of the way. I know it can be a little cluttered, and we're trying to just focus on what we can do here. So I'm going to hide that and just hit apply. Usually I keep that up, but it's fine. So, as you can see, this is what most people see. They see this hotbar. Most people have the one on the corners, but we're hiding those for now. And then you've got the expanded controls, or you hold R2, then L2. You hold L2, then R2. We've got those extra ones in the back. So, keeping in mind that we've got all 3 of those, for any job is probably going to have those. I have those on 1, 5, and 8, as you can see. You can notice the shared ones, they've got that white border around it. That's going to be 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. It doesn't matter what numbers you use, that's just what I used. So how you set that up is you go to character configuration, we go to the hotbar settings, and we go to sharing. And on cross hotbar, you literally just uncheck all of these. The ones that are checked are going to be the shared. So like I said, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7. Okay? So how does it work? Let's start with jobs. I think the jobs is the simplest one because you can see it like a menu, and who doesn't like to change their job? So if you look at number 4, I switched to 4. On the far right, we've got 4 right there. We've got tank, ranged, healer, DPS. The ones on the left is going to be a different column. We're going to consider that, 4, 8, 12. Those 12 are actually what gets populated by the menu, we'll call it a menu, on the right. Okay, we've got those 4. So if I want to go to tank, I push R2 and triangle. If I want to do DPS, I do R2 and square. And you'll notice that the 12 on the left changed to my DPS ones. I've also got some of my old classes there. That's just for convenience. You can ignore those. Then we've got healers on R2 and X. And then we've got ranged, R2 and circle. Okay? So the ones on the right are not changing. The ones on the left are changing. So right now, I am on warrior. But if I want to go to paladin, let's go check that out. I do R2, and I'm going to put left. And that's going to switch me to paladin. Okay? And then if I want to go, let's say, astrologian, I like this one because it's got a huge macrocosmos. Ready? Beautiful. Okay? So how that's working, actually first, let me just show you a few of the others you got. So that's just job changing, okay? But we've also got, mounts. And then I also have extra mounts down here if I need them. I've got minions, and I've got extra minions. I've got my companion. I've got travel, okay? Anything from, shared fates, actually getting around, return, home point, quick teleport to the Gridania. Let's see what else we've got. We've got emotes, as well as extra emotes, because you can never have too many emotes, right? Kaja. We've got fashion accessories. We've got, let's see what else. We've got miscellaneous. This is how I get to my duties. That's other things. We got battle. This is where I get, ready checks, countdown timers, waypoints, signs. It's also how I get my limit break. Every single job I have, I do limit break this way. I'm up here fighting, and all of a sudden, I want to get to that. I just do that, and I push R2 down. Okay, and then we've got extra one of miscellaneous. Let's see what else we've got. We've got our crafting gathering jobs. We've got how I want to talk to people. Maybe I want to be in party chat, free company chat, alliance, various link shells over here. And then what I actually want to say. Maybe I want to say hello. Here, let's put those back on. So right now I'm going to say in free company, I'm going to say hello. I'm ready. Okay, or maybe, yeah, good game. Thank you for party. Headed out, see you later. Just common things you would say, Congrats. Okay, let's put those back away, and let's see what else we've got. We've got, this is where I do my battle effects on or off if I'm with, big party, alliance, things like that. Level sync on and off. I can turn my background music on for mounts, or I can do shiny. So, as you know, usually you have your shiny out, but if you want to put it out like this, oh, it doesn't work unless you show the weapon. Now it's out. Cool, cool. Okay, I think that's everything here. Okay, so now let's talk about how it works, okay? So I'm going to go back to my jobs. The way this works is you have to utilize classes. Classes are different than jobs, as I'm sure you all know. So let's go back to my warrior. It's a good starting point. Okay, so this is a job because I have a job stone on. As soon as I take that off, it is a class. Oh, it won't let me because I'm using this weapon. Here, let's switch to this one. The reason it doesn't work there is because this is a warrior-only weapon. So I have to switch to one that is Marauder and Warrior, because Marauder is the class that leads to Warrior. So if I take that off now, I am now a Marauder, not a Warrior. I don't use Marauder anymore because I'm a Warrior. I will never need to use Marauder again, as far as I'm aware. If anyone else wants to do weird content, let's talk about it. But right now, you don't technically need to do it. So that's what you are capitalizing on. You're basically using all of these classes that no longer exist, but you still have gear sets for. So I'm going to go to, we've got, this is what I've set on Warrior. Because you can see now I'm in the 1, which is not shared. This is what sorry, I said Warrior. I meant to say Marauder. This is what Marauder is using as their attack. This is what Marauder is using on their Cross Hotbar. This one's actually not used. This is weird. And then this is the extra one that's in the back. Okay? So how are we doing that? We go to macros, and I've got this shared group. And as you can see, this is how it's set up. Oh, you know what? I should have gone to Gladiator first, apparently, because Gladiator is the first one. So we'll use that as our example. So here's Gladiator. That is a Paladin-only weapon. Do I actually have? I think I do. Sorry, we probably have... That's Paladin-only weapon. Oh my gosh, how embarrassing. Okay, here we go. Here is a Gladiator weapon. So we'll take off the Soul Crystal. And let's take a look. So, Gladiator 1 is going to get copied to my share 4. Okay, so let's look at it. This is Gladiator 1. And once I hit that macro, which is R2 and triangle, it is going to copy R1. This basically, it's going to copy this whole layer to 4. So when I do that, you can see they're exactly the same. And that's how it works for every job. Okay? So it doesn't matter what job I'm on, it will copy what is from Gladiator on slot 1 or set 1 to my shared 4. Same with here. When I want to do my healer 1, it's pulling from Marauder 1 to share 4. Conjurer 1 to share 4. Arcanist 1 to share 4. Okay? So this is how I've got that laid out. This is all group going to share 4. My next one's going to share 2. My next one's going to share 3. And then share 6 and share 7. What you can see is that I have to start changing numbers. I think we only have like 8 classes or something. So I go, we've got Gladiator 1, Marauder 1, Conjurer 1, Arcanist 1, Pugilist 1, Lancer 1, Rogue 1, and here we go to Gladiator 8. I didn't actually run out. I did have Archer, but for some reason I did it this way. Don't worry about it. Worry about it if you want. Okay, so that's all going there. But then you can see here we got other ones. Thaumaturge 1, Marauder 8, Arcanist 1, Conjurer 8. This one, it doesn't have different icon because I just use the generic icon. Okay, Thaumaturge 8, Pugilist 8, Arcanist 8, Rogue 8, Arcanist 8, Lancer 8, Pugilist 5, and Lancer 5. We technically have other ones too. That's why you saw when I went to, on Warrior? I think it was Warrior. Oh, dang, I gotta do this again. Where is it? That was why when we did that, you can see this one. This technically could be used. I'm just not using it. And the reason why I'm not using it is because I've ran out of share ones. I've got 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, 4 here. I'm using them all, and I'm not willing to give up 1, 5, and 8 because I think having 3 for every job is useful. because I like having the expanded cross hotbars and I like having the ones behind, okay? Even though I'm using all this stuff, it's because I like to have other things on my hotbars. So yes, I technically don't need to have all the markers here, but I have them. I don't technically have to have the food there, but I like to have it there because it's just convenience, okay? I don't need to know what the target's hit points are, but I do it anyway, okay? So those are just, it frees you up to have a few extra things that you don't actually need to have, okay? So that's pretty much how it works. What I also like about this is that you can do extra things. You can have the various gear sets. Actually, this is just more of a macro thing. You can have the various gear sets as well as other emotes and other things in here. So as you see, when I went from what's the phone here? Here's my bard being silly. So I do a little spin. Whatever, it changed job with a macro, okay? You don't need to do that, obviously, but it's just something fun you can do. And you don't have to worry about taking up all this precious space doing that, because now you know that space isn't as much of an issue, okay? So then, like I said, typically, well, not typically, always, I only turned it off for this. I will always have that on, okay? And I can quickly do this during battles, okay? When I'm in a battle, if I want to get to my limit break, it's right there for me, okay? If I want to do a ready check really quick, I'm ready to do that. If I want to do a countdown timer, I can. I just quickly get right back into battle. I want to pull out my mounts, I've got them. I want to turn off my mount music, do that right there. On, off, easy, okay? These are all things that are just super quick to get to the more you practice with it. And it really just expands how much you can do from just the push of a button. I watch a lot of people in videos, and they constantly going through their menu. If you're constantly going through your menu, you should set something like this up. The only caveat to that, like I've mentioned, is that you have to have access to the classes. You could quickly just go unlock all the classes and put all this stuff on the classes, but then if you ever go to play that class, you're going to want to redo all the hotbars to actually, use the class, and then you lose all this functionality. So the advantage is basically if you have all your classes to be beyond 30 and they all have a job stone, that's when you can capitalize on this. Obviously, not all the jobs have a class. You can't do it with Sage. You can't do it with Astral Legend, all those jobs. But the ones that do, all those base A Realm Reborn ones, those are the ones you're going to use it for. And that's how you're going to capitalize on it. So hopefully this was helpful to some people. When I figured this out, it was a game changer for me. And I couldn't be happier. So I hope it helps other people. And have a great day. See ya.